Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
It's not drip, it's crown. Hello, Sagittarius moon. Shots are fired. It's an all-out war zone. Sabotage, high energy, that snap, crackle, and pop of fire as it catches the moisture, the wetness in the air, bursts the water into a tiny little explosion of fire. Yeah. Sup, Sagittarius moon? Eight of chalices. Backing up. Putting things down. Leaving things behind. Going on a trip. Going on a journey. Going somewhere else. Finding something else. Moving in a different direction. The door's wide open. Door's wide open now. Will you walk through? Will you pick up your staff, your wand, your magical connection to Earth, and leave behind the emotional waste to go visit some clean, fresh water, fresh flowing water, good, clean emotions versus the toxic. We're all packed up and we're ready to go. This is, in this Eight of Cups, almost a full fool's journey, but in a much more subtle and finer detailed story. Get all the papers, the ledgers, all of the notes, all of the records. Even that's being left behind. It doesn't need to come with us, but it is time to go. Time to move, Sagittarius. Four of Swords. Lying awake at night. Paranoid. Restless. In fear. Clutching the knife over your chest as you sleep. Some of you might be literally doing that because you don't feel safe where you rest your head. That's why we're leaving. That's why we're going. That's where we go. We can't sit in this paranoia, this anxiety, this anguish. It's not a way to live. And we know that. That's why we're getting ready to let go. Oh, there will be fight. Oh, it will get bloody. It's going to get weird and nasty and crazy. But this isn't even a paranoid energy of what could happen, but likely isn't. This isn't a fabrication. There truly is, as I sense, a full-on war battle on the outside of our walls of self. And we will have to participate. And we will have to play the game. And this is the lying awake at night in preparation. It's not unnecessary anxiety. So don't feel like you aren't supposed to feel the way that you feel. Because actually, the way that you feel is exactly what you would be feeling if you were going to war in the morning. And maybe you are, on some level or another. Maybe there is a real battle happening. That's why you're lying awake at night. That's why you're preparing your next moves. That's why you are in this heightened state. And that is a gift, so use it. Ace of Swords. Come on, come on. Just look at that. Look at the way that she's staring at that one sword with that content look on her face. Because with all of the war and battle waged around her, all of the threat and danger that is hanging over her head while she sleeps, she holds the sword of truth, the sword of justice, the initiation, the first attack. I don't know if we can call it a first attack, because again, it feels like this is something that has been going on for a time. But at the same time, I think the truth that she holds is going to really stick into something and stand out. It's going to be stuck in and it's going to stand out. Okay. The Magician. Weaver of Truths. Call on the elements around you. Connect to roots. Reach for new moons. Haha, get it. Scorpio new moon. Just kind of reaching out for that moon. That's where that came from. Reach for new moons, different emotional guides. Don't forget your place and your position. And don't forget how powerful you are. Even though we seem kind of monk-like, even like the plain and simple robes that we wear. Excuse my stomach if you can hear that. Dearest apologies. Because coffee is hydrating. We're going to drink that. It's what we have up here right now. It's what we're working with. But it is earthy. It's an earthy element. Dehydrating though it may be, this time of year, with the trees becoming a little bit more bare, things being more exposed in Scorpio season, it's going to make for a clear shot out, Sagittarius, with that Sagittarius energy. Connect and hold yourself as stable and as grounded as possible. Hold on to your truth and that peaceful knowing. You know exactly what you're doing. And even though it seems that the odds are against you, you have everything you need. Spirit has provided. As a matter of fact, you have so much more that we have to put down, and very little that we truly have to hold up. And that should make the job easier if we can apply that perspective to the situation, wherever we go, whatever it is that we are trying to do, accomplish, overcome, achieve here. We need less than we think, because what we hold is more valuable than we could know. It's more valuable than gold. Okay. I'm gonna look down at the golden tapestry cloth there, the golden cloth. I got blue and gold, which is giving me Thursday or Sunday. Sorry, Thursday or Sunday. I'll say things as I want to say them. Okay. Reversed is the Initiate of Chalices, the Two of Chalices, and upright is the Ace of Wands. So emotional maturity and vanity is what that represents, like straight up and completely, like reversed, but like in the reverse position, that is pure vanity, is pure narcissism and ego expressed. And with the Initiate of Chalices, like the most emotionally immature there could possibly be. Like the most immature freshman in the emotional graduation levels. Yeah. So we have the Ace of Wands here upright. Upon their tables, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords stand out, gleam in the light, ignite. Like I'm seeing the gleam off of this card, and how out in the dry desert with a hot sun, the reflection off of that gem could start a fire. But it feels like the fire is starting from a safe distance, or get to a safe distance before the fire gets started. There's a fire coming. Perhaps this is an initiative spark. Perhaps this is an attack that is coming towards you from this emotionally immature, vain person. So, recommend bringing your Ace of Swords, your truth, and the blanket of gold to possibly have to, in case you have to smother out some fires. In case you have to put out some fires. There might be fires to put out. You're going to be very, very busy this Sagittarius moon. I was already feeling like maybe we should exit the conversation because it's feeling a little unsafe. And those are the tools that I want you to use too when you get into these circumstances and situations, is remember that if you feel unsafe, you are right to leave the situation. If something is important and needs to be said, it can be said in a calm and reasonable manner. It does not have to be flung with insults. If it is important and the intention is for you to listen, it can and should be delivered in a reasonable fashion. Even if it is of great concern, that's still no call for name calling. That's still no call for physical violence. That is still no call for somebody taking harmful action against you. You are in the right to exit. Know that you can leave. Find a way to keep yourself safe. Like, no, the door is open. It swings both ways. That door swings both ways, honey. It's okay. They may be screaming at you on the way out the door that you're a terrible person for leaving, but you're going to feel like a terrible person if you sit there and continue to take this abuse. So, find your rest. Find your peace. Find your inner strength. Find what is going to recharge, invigorate you, and true things that you can hold on to. Don't get whipped up or lost in the emotional storms of others. Remember that you are not accountable for their emotions. We can put these cups down because they don't actually even belong to us. They were a set that was given to us that for whatever reason we accepted. We accepted this emotional burden and we took that cup. Maybe we didn't know what was in it. Maybe we didn't Maybe we were tricked. Maybe we weren't. Maybe we knew exactly what we were getting into and went in anyways. But we accepted those cups and we felt like we were beholden to them. We really needed to, you know, devote ourselves to these emotional connections in these particular ways. But the fact of the matter is, these cups were formed by someone else, and the terms and conditions were formed by somebody else. And how much did you actively participate in forming those molds and shapes yourself? That's why. That's why you can put those cups down. Does this make sense? Do we got this? Again, I feel like this needs to be short and sweet because you have a lot on your plate. You've got a lot you're going through. Just wanted to tap in, tell you that I'm here for you. If you need to reach out, hit me up. We'll do a personal read, get into some advice, some consultations. I've got more than cards up my sleeve, so give us a try. See what happens. And most of all, good luck through this moon. May you aim well and your target be found. I hope that you find yourself a safe space where you can reconnect with your own inner magician, your own true magic, and your own true self. Once again, thank you, kids. Have a fantastic moon. We'll see you next time.